Hello, all you degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. If I sound like shit, it's probably because I feel like shit. But nonetheless, magic will be had. Old school magic will be had. And tonight we're back to Xpoints. I'm playing my opponent for the month, Nate, one of my opponents. And let's take a quick peek at his deck. And here is a look at his deck. First thing to note is Nate is only running 7 points. Top left, you have the Emerald and the Ruby. And then right in the bottom in the middle of all those lands, you have 3 Mishra's Factories. Also in those lands, Forest, Mountains, 4 City of Brass, 4 Taigas, and 1 Pendlehaven. Pendlehaven's good for those 1/1 creatures like his Llanowar Elves and his Scrib Sprites. I am a big fan of his Elvish Archers that he's running. Argothian Pixies, always a popular creature with green. Kind of a nightmare for those shop decks to deal with. And then his big bad boys on the end there in the bottom are the Urnum Djinns. And he also has a pile of Curd Apes in there because he's playing red-green. Really the only non-destructive spell he has in here is Blood Moon. 2 Blood Moon main board. Those work well against those greedy opponents that play a bunch of different colors or sack in a bunch of different lands. Maze of Ith is a nightmare for these low-profile decks. He's also got the bolts and the chains, the giant growths. Love the 3 berserks. They can get so outrageous if they stack a couple on top of each other, or if you wait to pop that down with the giant growth. In his board, he has 3 Shatterstorms, which will completely fuck up any artifact deck out there. 3 Concordant Crossroads, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that is mainly for the enchant worlds, like the Abyss, that are going to completely mess Nate up. 4 Red Elemental Blasts, only 2 Whirling Dervish, I believe is what he's showing, and then 3 Tormod's Crypts for those undead fucking decks. So very well built, curved into nicely with those Urnums deck. It is mainly low and mean to the ground though. Just about everything costs 1 or 2, minus those Urnums costing 4. I guess I mentioned those Blood Moons. Just 2 of them costing 3. Everything else 1 or 2 in the deck. So, I'm sure it's getting in, hitting hard, and getting the fuck out of there. That being said, let's take a look at my deck for the month. And here's a look at my pink Weenie deck for the month. I also carry the bolts and the chains. By the way, pink Weenie is a lot of fun to play with. Goes by quick. Very enjoyable. I also run 4 Savannah Lions, 3 of those Pretty Sarah Angels, 2 Winter Orb, and that's what I try and do to slow my opponents down, especially the ones out there trying to play, higher up on the mana curve, 3, 4, 5. I want them to be punished for that. What also works well with that Winter Orb is the 4 Black Vice in the deck, the 2 Ankh Mishra, 2 Copper Tablets. I do have 2 Fireballs. My red creatures are the Atogs, and they just want to come back through and gobble all that shit back up. My points are all spent, almost all of it, 8 into the Moxen. We have white, red, obviously, blue and green just for funsies. Those are purely Atog food, or to possibly jam down a Sarah Angel earlier than you want to see her. And then 1 wheel, because once I throw my whole hand out, I want to reload your hand and hopefully deal you some Black Vice damage or Ankh Mishra damage. My ramp is in the form of 2 Mana Vaults. I like those because they pair well with the Fireball, but even better, that damn Sarah Angel. 2 white sources, slam the Sarah down. Second turn Sarah and Xpoints can be a motherfucking nightmare to deal with. That being said, I do run 1 City of Bottle. That is also City in a Bottle, excuse me. That is also possibly Atog food, depending on who I'm facing. I have a myriad of mountains and plains, 4 plateaus at the top, one traditional strip mine, and in my board, I have 4 Blood Moons, which means his Blood Moons are going to be pretty dead to me, or dead to him. 2 Earthquake for those real low profile decks, 3 Red Elemental Blasts, 2 Tormont Crypts of my own for that undead bullshit, 2 Swords for those big ugly creatures that bolts and chains can't deal with, and 3 Disenchant for all that artifact and enchantment bullshit out there. So again, this is a deck that's a lot of fun to play with, and typically you're done very quickly. So that being said, let's get off to the games. And here we are with game number 1. As a reminder, be sure and subscribe. I say dumb shit a few times a week. Nate's on the play. He was also on a mulligan. He's firing down a ruby. So immediate points being spent. I like it. And an emerald. Holy shit. This is Xpoint. He's got 4, now 5 points out. And an Elvish Archer. This is kind of disgusting. Mostly for me. His opponent. Looks like he's just got 2 cards left. Hell of a start. Hell of a hand. I fire back a mountain. Oh, a couple points of my own. Sapphire down. And an Dawg. Dawg can fight and trade that Sapphire for his Elvish Archers or even his Mishra's Factory. So I'm happy with my turn 1, although he really went off on his. Ooh, look at this. Activating Factory and Elvish Archers. He's sending the team in. I feel like it's a trap, but let's see. I volunteer to block 1. Yeah, really, I'm going to have to be the first one to sacrifice something, or a dog just dies. But I can see he's twitching at flipping that green Manosaur sideways. I'm sure to giant growth out whatever's out there. And I don't know where that fucking thumbs up just came from. It just showed up on my screen. I am not shitting. Maybe Nate did that. So he's in for 2. I'm at 18. He's got an Argothian Pixies down, and now up to 3 creatures on board. Shit. I play on a Black Vice. A little too late. For him to lose any life. But look at this. 2 chains. And just like that, 2 of his creatures have been added to the murder pile. Can't reach the factory with those chain lightnings as they are sorceries. But this does even up the board a little bit. Yeah, factory's still doing some work. Coming in for 2. He drops a Taiga and is left with 1 in hand. So I still have 2 in hand. Apparently no threats because I'm passing. Yeah, Nate's doing things. Factory in again. Wow, look how powerful this factory is. I've lost 6 lives so far. He keeps finding land. That's never a good feeling. I find 2 for a city in a bottle. And 2 more for Dawg. So that is Dawg food. Symphony's not going to really hurt him much. If at all. But that's going to shut his fucking factory down real quick. I don't need that Vice or that city. Here he comes, though. I assume he's still holding on to that giant growth from earlier as he went to tap that green source. Yeah, Dawg's on blocking duty. So I do sack 1 artifact. Factory does some steroids. And here we go. I sack a second 1. Don't need that blue mox. That's just fucking Dawg food. Yeah, we each trade 2 cards. I think I get the better end of that deal as my creature's still in play, and his pointed card is gone. Granted, I dropped out of Moxen to do so. And I immediately find another Black Vice and get my first pointed damage in. Atog coming in, poking Nate in the eye for 1. Ooh, 3rd Black Vice for the game for me. Atog still coming in for 1, but all those artifacts are starting to stack up. That Atog is getting fucking hungry. Someone feed him. That smiley little fuck stoned. Really shouldn't eat artifacts anyways. So, Nate's down to 17. I play on a Winter Orb. His deck is so low profile, it won't matter much. I mean, I guess an Urnum would slow him down a little bit, but yeah, he's got those 2 Moxen. Okay, Scavenger Folk. But at the same time, he's not even tapping a land. He does have a Pendlehaven down, so this makes a bit of a difference. My Atog's going to have to eat an artifact to get through. Okay, tapping 1 red. Okay, looks like I'm going to feed the Atog a little bit and come in for 3 as opposed to just 1. Tie ball game here, 14-14. Okay, Scavenger Folks doing some work. Yes, targeting city in a bottle. That's fine. Atog eats it instead. Ooh, 2 Curdape. So I was slowing him down a bit. That's good to see. My city in a bottle had those fucking Curdapes all stoved up in his hand. And look at this. Atog does not give a shit. Here he comes. He just wants to eat. Nate is staring down his 1 card, which should probably make me worried. And he only takes 1 damage from Atog. I don't sacrifice any artifacts. Now I do need to be a bit careful here, as those apes on the other side of the board are both 2/3. He can swing in for 4 a turn. I can come in for like 5 once. Yeah, and here he comes. 14-10 I go. So now I'm on 10. Half my life is over with. Nate is sitting on 13. And just a pass. The good news for Nate is he doesn't even know my deck is 2 colors. That's how sly I'm being. Oh, look at this, though. Oh, so he was slow to respond. He decides to send the Chain Lightning back. I think they're like chess pieces. If he doesn't let go of them, it didn't happen. And fuck yes, Chain Lightning back in again. So Chain Lightning's dealt 9 damage. So Chain Lightning's killed off 4 creatures, 2 at a time, twice. I mean, that should be up for an award on its own, that statistic. A lot of heavy lifting with the chains. So Atog's still doing some work, but I'm down to 7. I'm taking a beating. And my opponent is still sitting on 13. The other thing is, we both tapped a bunch of lands. which the Winter Orb is definitely going to slow down. So Dawg just comes in for 1. Yep, me centering up the Winter Orb. My opponent untapping 1 land, but he's still got 4 open mana, which is more than enough for anything in his deck. And Nate's tapping 2 for another Argothian Pixies. He is just slamming down 2 power creatures. Passes over to me. I show off my own new Mox. Have my own Mox Ruby there. So Dawg food is getting serious. Dawg in. Looks like I'm trying to pick up that Mox and throw it straight to the graveyard. That little Dawg is a hungry son of a bitch. But just going in for 1. The pass back to my opponent. And he sends his Pixies in for 2. I'm on 5. He has 6 untapped mana. Oh shit. Pixies on drugs. They're doing meth. They come in for 4. I'm down to 3 and he has a Chain Lightning. He's still on 11. That ended in a hurry. Damn. I think my Chain Lightning came back to ultimately kill myself. Nate took that one. Shooting Fire game 1. Let's go check out game number 2. And here we go with game number 2. Game number 1, Nate brought his bag of hammers and just started smacking me in the side of the head with them. I died. And we'll see if we can do a little bit better for game number 2 here. I'm on the play. Shoot down a Plains. I don't even know if he saw Plains last fucking game. I wasn't even on Pink Weenie. I was on White or Red Weenie with a Black Vice. So Nate mulliganed. He only takes 2 damage from the Vice. He's at 18. He's got a Sprite out, Script Sprite, that flying little gnat. I'll see if I can come up with a Fly Swatter to take it down. Uh-oh. Copper Tablet. Has any other old school magician ever translated what's on Copper Tablet? Just says this will hurt you and it'll hurt me and ouch. So, I mean, my artifacts have done 4 damage to him. Nate's on 16. He's sending his sprites in for 1. I'm down to 19. Ooh, he's adding a little gasoline to the fire here with the Elvish Archers. So I'm down to 18 with my own Copper Tablet doing a little damage to me here. And I'm playing out Moxen like it's the cool thing to do here. Tapping 2. Oh shit, yeah, Dawg. That little bastard is lining up to the buffet line. I think he was waiting outside before they opened. I mean, he is going to come fucking eat. And then, I mean, he eats so quickly. I don't know if he's bulimic and vomits it up or just goes right through him like he doesn't have a gallbladder and shits it straight out. 1 mega turd for the toilet. That being said, there is a lot of food for him to eat. And here we go. Nate is tapping things. His creatures. I believe he's attacking. Yeah. Dawg blocks Elvish Archers. Nate's tapping 1. Lightning Bolt. I think he knows Atog's going to be a problem. And now I abandoned my Atog at the first sign of trouble. So, Tog down. I lose 1 to the Sprites, down to 17. He's got backup. Argothian Pixies. Poor little Atog didn't even get to line up with the buffet. Skinny bastard's gonna wither away in the graveyard. I do need to come up with some answers. I don't think I had a balance in my deck, but how fucking good would balance be right now? Ooh, Chain Lightning. So that chain lined up straight to my opponent's face. He's down to 11, going down to 10 in his upkeep from the Copper Tablet. The gift that keeps on giving. I still need to add a little more pressure. I'm down to 2 cards in hand, and he's coming in for 6. I'm sorry, for 5. 1 with Scrib Sprites, and 4 more with his ground creatures. He plays another Argothian Pixie, so next turn he can come in for 7. Copper Tablet stealing 1 to me still, so I mean, I'm at max 2 turns away from dying. If he has a giant growth, I'm dead next turn. Oh boy, this does not look good. I mean, we're both at 10, so the game is halfway over. Oh, fuck yes. Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak's coming down. Oh, opponent's tapping his City of Brass going down to 9 and throwing a lightning bolt at my face. That makes sense. So, this is do or die. I need to deal with his creatures. I had to discard a lightning bolt and a Blood Moon. My opponent drops off a Lawnmower Elf. New red source for me. More Moxen. Look at this. And that's where most of my points went to. So I'm tapping 2. I'm going to play something. Oh, Chaos Orb. Okay. Yeah, I have to activate it right now. I mean, I got to deal with something on his side of the table. Otherwise, I'm going to be dead. And here's the Chaos Orb flip. Line it up, clean rotation. Oh, shit! Oh, the judges from Belgium stand up and turn their back, and they start chanting DNF. DNF. That is terrible. My 1 out to see possibly next turn, even though my opponent had a full grip. I just woke up and shit the bed, apparently. Nate's tapping everything. I didn't slow this video down. I think he's enjoying the beating, as I would too. So he goes down to 5. I mean, the Vice gets him. The Copper Tablet gets him. But, you know, even though I'm on 7, I'm fucking toast. Yeah, my opponent's added up. I'm tapped out. I mean, he's just a cat toying with the mouse. I have like an eye socket, fucking eyeball hanging out of my eye socket. Yeah, there we go. I drew another Vice, which is good. City in a bottle, and then, yeah, nothing else. I just needed a body or a way to stop one of those creatures. Had a bolt for next turn, but not enough. So, as always, Thanks for watching The Orb. So behind this orb is a secret hidden bonus track. We are playing one more game. I'm leaving off the music. If you want to watch, feel free to. If not, I just got the living shit beat out of me. See ya.